Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kennedy. Today is a very special video because it is June wrap-up time. Yes, I have my dog with me. So she came up here. And then I also have my little green juice, which doesn't taste terrible, but not the best. It's supposedly mango flavored, so we're gonna drink that while I film this wrap-up. I might have to pause and let her out. Let's see, how many books did I read in the month of June? I read 20 books this month. Some rereads, some new ones, some fails, honestly. So with that being said, let's get into this June wrap-up. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite read of June was. Okay, first up in June, I read My Forever Girl by Laura Pavlov, and I rated it 4 stars. Now, this is a childhood friends to lovers, small town romance slash there is a he teaches me trope in there. Now, I really like this one. I will say that I do think that the, he's my boy, he's my girl trope was slightly overplayed in it. However, it was really cute, and it's Laura Pavlov's first book in a brand new series called Blue Sky Bay. At least I think. Let me fact check that one. Yeah, Blue Sky Bay. Okay. Yeah, and then the next book, got to sneeze, comes out October 6th. Oh, okay. Then I had a reread of Briar U by Elle Kennedy, so The Chase by Elle Kennedy. I rated this one 4 stars. This is a hockey romance, college romance, best friend's little sister, probably not enemies to lovers, kind of forced proximity. And I really enjoyed this one. Summer De Laurentiis always makes me laugh. However, I think that Fitz's behavior in this book, the way that he treats her, the way that he treats Hunter really rubs me the wrong way. But I just still love Elle Kennedy's writing and banter and the universe that she created so much that for me, it's still a 4 star. I'm really struggling here. Okay. Next up was another reread, and that is The Dixon Roll by Elle Kennedy, 5 stars. This is the second book in her Campus Diaries series, and it is Diana and Shane, and it is fake dating, forced proximity, enemies to lovers, and oh my god, it is so funny. I just love this one. I adore it. It's so funny. Shane is so sweet. They're just both, the banter in this, the HOA meetings. Oh, hi. Just all of it was so, so funny. So The Dixon Roll by Elle Kennedy, I gave 5 stars. Then we had another reread, The Risk by Elle Kennedy, 5 stars. This is fake dating, enemies to lovers, Brenna and Jensen, and Jake Connolly. Now, she is the coach of Briar U's daughter, and he is a Harvard player, so he is the enemy. And she needs a fake date in order to land this internship, and the boss at the internship is obsessed with Jake Connolly, so she says he's my boyfriend, even though he isn't. So for every fake date, he wants a real one. Jake Connolly, the man that you are so hot. Oh my god, I forgot how hot Jake Connolly was until I read this. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna let her out, and we will continue with my next read. Sorry about that. I'm the only one home with her, so she's a little clingy. But read number 5 was another reread, and that was the play by Elle Kennedy, which is Friends to Lovers, hockey romance. Basically what happens is Demi Davis and Hunter Davenport get paired together to do this project in their psychology class, and through that they become friends, and then obviously they become lovers. And when I tell you, I think that this book has one of the funniest moments in Briar U with them wanting a pet pig and Coach Jensen being like, I don't think you guys could keep a pig alive, and basically gives them a pet egg, and they name it Pablo Escobar, and then they have like custody schedules and feeding schedules. It's hilarious. So that obviously got 5 stars. And then I finished the Edge of Darkness trilogy. Now, I was originally reading this last September, but it's so emotional and so heartbreaking that I frankly needed a break. So I took a break, I took a little pause, but in June I did finish Restitution by Lee Rivers. I gave it a 4-star. This trilogy is now a god tier dark romance trilogy for me. The way that she kept fighting for him, for her, for them throughout everything that they went through. And they went through a lot, but she never gave up on him. It's so heartbreaking, but yet so, so beautiful. I loved it. I'm in love. Like, that's all there is to say. Okay, then I read another hockey romance series, and that is Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. I give this one 3.5 stars. Now, I will say I really loved it. I loved Reese, our male main character. I loved the story. I loved how, they helped each other through, like, his panic attacks and everything that she was going through. And the playlists, the making playlists for each other, like, I really did love and adore this one. However, where it went wrong for me is I didn't love the way that the female main character treated him, treated his friends, treated certain people in the story. I didn't love how she treats people necessarily, and so that kind of brought it down to a 3.5 star for me. It probably would have been a 4-star, but because of that, I couldn't justify the 4-star because her behavior was just not for me. I think I even wrote that in my review. Yeah, I said Sadie definitely annoyed me and made me mad at times, but I understood parts of why she acts that way. Like, I understand parts of it, but not all of it, because, like, even when you're going through something, you still have to treat people correctly. And, like, she just didn't do that for me. Okay, next up we had Business Casual by B.K. Borison. I gave this one a 4-star. This is the final book in her Love Light Farms series, and it is Friends with Benefits. And, oh, I ate this up. The town reminds me... I need a drink. The town reminds me so much of Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. Like, oh my god. Like, that was weird. I don't know, like, why my arm moved like that, but, the small town reminds me so much of Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls, with the phone tree, with the everyone constantly up in everyone's business, all the events they do. Like, it's just such a fun small town romance for sure. And, like, I've been wanting to read about Charlie's book forever, ever since the first book when he was introduced, and the relationship was beautiful. I just loved it. I didn't get that I didn't get that 5-star feeling that like I really would have wanted in order to rate it a 5-star. And then, okay, so last year, First Time Caller by B.K. Borison came out, and I soft DNF'd it because I was going through a lot, and I was not in a place where I felt like I could enjoy it. So I soft DNF'd it, and I decided to pick it back up in June. And, well, guess what? Now it's a hard DNF. It starts off really, really strong. Like, it starts off strong and so interesting and so fun, and I love the concept. However, around like 40%, it gets so freaking boring. I frankly don't care. I don't want you together. Like, I don't understand it. It just stops being fun. And, like, I just couldn't bring myself to finish it. So this is now a hard DNF. Okay, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Okay, book number 10 is West of Forever by Corinne Michaels. This is her first book in her new series, the Heartstone Ranch series, I believe it's called. We're gonna go with that. And I gave it 4 stars, and it is enemies to lovers, small town, single dad. Ugh, I ate this one up. It was perfection. I will say that Tristan definitely, like, annoyed me sometimes with the thing that, like, his daughter was going through and really wanted. Like, he definitely annoyed me and felt stubborn, but I loved him. I loved Lark. I loved the way that they loved each other. However, their families were really enemies, so I could not understand how they were going to get the families to a place where they would be okay with the relationship. However, the way it was done was realistic and understandable that, like, you know, it wasn't going to be easy necessarily. You know, it wasn't going to be just like, oh, they're together, we accept them. Like, there were still issues, and there still are going to be issues, and I appreciate that. Because I think if it was just like, oh, they're together, now we're happy, now we like each other, it would have felt really unrealistic. So I loved that one. And then we had, need to readjust. And then we had another DNF, and that is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Now, here are the books that I've read by Carly Fortune. I've read Every Summer After, One Golden Summer, my favorite, and then I read Our Perfect Storm, which I DNF'd as well. This one was sister's older brother, best friend's older brother, basically. And they basically go to Prince Edward Island, where her best friend is from every summer. And that first summer, they had a one-night stand without knowing that he was her best friend's brother. And then the rest of the story is kind of them trying to fight that attraction to each other. However, I will say that this was fun at first. I definitely, like, loved the setting, and I love Carly Fortune's writing. Like, the way that she writes her settings feels like I'm almost there. However, literally nothing was happening. I got to, like, I want to say, like, 40. I think I was, like, 150 pages in, and nothing was happening. And I was just like, I'm going to need something in this, or I'm going to do nothing. And nothing was happening. So I like, couldn't do it. Okay. Then I read Unbound by Peyton Corinne, which I gave 4 stars. Now, Unbound is the 3rd book in her Undone series. Unstudy is the 1st book. I skipped the 2nd book. I probably will read it eventually, but honestly, I just wanted to get this one. This one is Second Chance. Their story. Their story is so heartbreaking, but beautiful. Bennett, and the way that Bennett takes care of Paloma, even when they're not together, is so beautiful. And, like, their story was just so well written. The mental health aspects and, like, in this book and the triggers were written so beautifully and with such care. And I just really appreciate how Peyton Corinne took on this story. I absolutely loved it. 4 stars. I'll be thinking about that one for a while. Like, you know the book is gonna hurt when the dedication hits. Okay, Rules for the Summer by Megan Quinn. DNF. This one, I do think Megan Quinn is so freaking funny. Like, her writing constantly makes me laugh. However, this one just fell flat. Like, I was bored. I'm a tough critic, I'll admit it, but like, I don't know, I was bored, I couldn't, that's not the book, I couldn't finish it, like, I got bored, okay, it's that simple, like, this started out fun, then got really boring. That's my review. Yeah, I agree. It started out fun, and then I was bored. I was done. Okay, then I reread Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, which is 5 stars. This is one of my favorite books, probably of all time. It is fake dating, but also, like, so basically the way it starts, it's kind of a spoiler, so if you don't want spoilers, skip ahead. But basically they're both on Reddit, and he tells the story about how he thinks that he's cursed, that he's always the one before the one. So basically he'll date someone, they break up with him, and then they immediately find the one. And she's like, wait, that happens to me too. So she messages him. And then they come up with this idea to date each other and then to fake date each other and then break up because they'll meet the one after they break up with each other. However, plot twist, they're actually the ones for each other. This book really shows that love is in the little things and the little moments, and I just absolutely love it. Okay, then I read Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It by Brooke Averick. I gave this one 4 stars. This is basically, Phoebe is almost 30 and she still has not had romantic experiences, and so she comes up with a plan to lose it, and she ends up she ends up talking to 3 men. Now, I will say this was really, really good. However, Phoebe just felt so immature to me that I constantly found myself being like, this is annoying, you're acting like you're in your teens or you're in your 20s. What are you doing? You are supposed to be this 30-year-old woman. Grow up here, kind of a vibe. But I did really enjoy it. And then I reread Happy Place by Emily Henry, 5 stars. This is also fake dating. Basically, they were engaged and they broke up. And they end up on this trip to the cottage in Maine, and they have to fake to their friends that they are still in love and still engaged. And through that, they re-fall for each other. Okay, and then I read Chase Me If You Can by Heather Francis. Now, this was a soft DNF. I'm not ready to hard DNF it. I feel like I wasn't necessarily in the mood for it, but it's basically a storm chaser romance, and I do want to go back to it. Like, I'm not ready to say I'm done with it. I just think I wasn't necessarily in the mood for it. I was kind of in a reread mood. These past couple weeks were really hard for me, and I just feel like I needed some comfort, and this book was not that, because it's not a comfort book for me yet. But I do want to go back into it and read it again. Okay, and then I reread Reckless by Elsie Silver, 5 stars. This is Surprise Pregnancy. And oh my god, Theo Silva. Where is my Theo Silva? Where is he? Does he exist? Because I'm starting to think that he doesn't. Like, the way that he loved Winter was so beautiful. Even when she was pushing him away, he was like, no, it's you. I am your man. And, like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get you to understand that. Okay. And then I read Alive and Wells by Bailey Hannah. I gave this one 4 stars. Now, I will say in the beginning, this book really, I was having trouble getting into it. Like, it was kind of boring, but I stuck with it, and oh my god, I'm obsessed. Like, what did she put in that book other than a grumpy teddy bear cowboy? Like, I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. I ate it the F up. Like, it was amazing. Okay, and then finally I read Seeing Red by Bailey Hannah, and I DNF'd it. Now, hear me out. It was the pregnancy trope, but I did not DNF it because of the pregnancy trope. I DNF'd it because the female main character was insufferable. The way that she treated him was just something that I couldn't get past. Like, she lets him find out that she's pregnant through small town rumors, and then when he goes to her house to confront her and he's like, I want to be a dad, I want to be involved. She's like, well, I'm not rude, so I'm going to let you buy diapers for me, but that's it. And it's like, he's allowed to be involved in his child's life. Like, also the way she didn't want to tell anyone that he was the dad and would rather people think it was her cheating ex. Like, I don't know. I just had a lot of issues with the way that she handled it. Anyway, those are all the books that I read in the month of June. I hope that you enjoyed this wrap-up. Tell me what your favorite and least favorite book of June was in the comments below. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.